Hi guys, co-tutor here and my name is Anil Deshpande.
In the previous video, we got started with the structure and we ended the video wondering what if I want to customize the initialization part of the structure. Right now, it looks like Swift provides me default initializer for the structure, which we call it as member wise initializer. No point in guessing because it basically helps you to initialize each and every member of the structure. But what if I don't want to do that? I basically want members of the book structure to have some default values. Can I write something like this? Well, looks like you can't do that because it gives me a compilation error saying that missing arguments for the parameter name. So it is basically complaining that these values don't have any default values or they are not initialized. Well, you can solve this problem in two ways. One is providing the values by default at the definition time itself. That is something like this here, where I am giving a unknown value for the name of the book, and I can pretty much use the same unknown value for the author. Float I can give 0, 0.0, and then year of publication I don't know, so 0, some default value for the ISBN number. So that is why if I see the content of the book here, it shows some default values. Now the question is, can I still use the member wise initializer? So let us try to do that. So as you can observe, now it will give me two options. One is a member wise initializer and another initializer which doesn't have any members to initialize. This is possible because we just declared the default values for all members of the book at definition time. So let me just go ahead and provide the values. So as you can observe, the member wise initializer is taking all the values till year of publication, but it did not ask you to enter the value for ISBN because ISBN is defined as constant, and once it has been initialized it can't be changed. So that is why you don't see an option to enter the ISBN, and if you intentionally try to initialize ISBN again, then it will give you a compile time error. It is basically saying that a member wise initializer with ISBN doesn't exist. However, if I make this as variable, you will observe that the compilation error that had existed earlier just vanished. So if you are having constant inside structure, please be aware that if by default you are initializing any values, those values cannot be initialized later for a constant. However, you can do that for a variable. So this is one way of initializing with default values. However, there is another mechanism which is init function. This particular function gets invoked whenever you actually invoke a initialization procedure for the structure. So you can have a initializer without any parameters, and then you can write the statements to initialize the individual values. So it would be self dot name unknown value, self dot author unknown value, self dot price is equal to 0.0, self dot year of publication, once again let me put it as 0, and finally ISBN number which is 000, and let me make it consistent. Since we are defining the values when this initializer is getting invoked, I need not have to initialize default values at the time of the definition. So I will just remove this, and with this I can invoke the non-parameterized initializer. However, I won't be able to invoke the parameterized member wise initializer because you have to once again define a init function with parameters. So I will have to define once again another init function. So I can write name, which is string, author, which is once again string, price, which is of type float, and then year of publication, which is of type integer, and ISBN is of type unsigned int max. And then inside basically initialize all the values with the arguments that we are receiving in the init parameter. So now we have both inits without parameter and with parameter. And now if I do a control space, you will observe that playground is giving me an option of both member wise and non-member wise initializers, and I can actually write multiple initializers with different parameters. And as I had said earlier, structures and classes are pretty similar in Swift. So what I can actually do is replace this struct with class and the whole code is still valid. It works perfectly fine. So does that mean there is absolutely no difference between a class and a structure? Well, there is, and there are quite a number of differences in Swift as far as structure and class is concerned. So we will talk about those things and many more in the upcoming videos. So stay tuned. That brings us to the end of this particular video. Don't forget to like, comment, share the video and subscribe to the channel. Take care. Bye.